Square Enix's Triangle Strategy is about to hit the Quest store today, and I've been looking forward to playing this for quite some time. I'm a big fan of the Final Fantasy games. I've also played some Kingdom Hearts, Crisis Core, Secret of Mana, and graphically I've always wanted to experience a game like this in VR. And at first, I wasn't quite sure. I mean, Square Enix games do have a lot of story, which means doing a lot of watching and not playing. But I'm pleased to say it's been pretty hard to stop playing this, and that's actually all thanks to the story and the gameplay progression. Now, if you watched any videos on my channel, whenever there's a game that wants me to read something after the third sentence, I'm usually bored. I'm the sort of guy who basically always wants to skip the dialogue, but I found myself enjoying my time with Triangle Strategy so much more than I expected, and that's why I accepted this video to be sponsored. If you like what you see in here in today's video, you can pick up Triangle Strategy with 10% off using the affiliate link in the video description. Now, unfortunately, I haven't completed Triangle Strategy for today's video because this is just a very busy time of year for VR, and this game is reported to be around 40 hours long. So right now I'm about 9 hours in, and it definitely took some time for the game to hit its stride. The first 5 hours are pretty much all about story, tutorials and character building, but by that 5-hour mark I was hooked. Triangle Strategy is a little bit of what I expected, but with a lot of different stuff too. It's obviously turn-based, and if you've played a Final Fantasy game, you will immediately feel at home with how you approach the combat and the team management. But what I really love about Triangle Strategy is the scale and size of the battles, which for me is a pretty unique experience. These battle phases can last anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. I wouldn't say it's a complicated game, but there is plenty to learn, and the more characters you meet along your journey and join your team, the more varying strategies become available along with more moves, and the more you use a character, the more they level up, giving you more shiny and colourful attacks and spells, and you obviously will get better with dealing with everything going on during these phases. The music is very similar in style to older Final Fantasy games, which I love, and the beautiful VR battle arenas and exploration areas is like stepping inside a PS2 style pixel art game, and it's also combined with lots of little bits of animation and detail, and overall I've been completely hooked. Triangle Strategy is obviously best played seated, but it has all the control options you would expect from a tabletop style tactical RPG game in VR. You can grab hold of the world using the grip buttons, zoom in and out as you would expect, and move the world around. The game is broken up into 3 phases: story, exploration and battle. During the story parts, you are overlooking the world map and watching the story unfold literally mid-air on a scroll, and these are accompanied by changing weather effects. So if you're in somewhere that has snow, not only will you see snow on the screen, you'll actually see it in the world around you. Then you have the exploration sections of the game where you can search houses, talk to occupants, go shopping, and in each area you'll also find some secrets, encouraging you to explore the map before moving on to the next phase. And lastly, you have the battle phases, which I've already previously touched on, and these have set requirements to complete to win or lose. It could be something simple like kill everyone and get to a particular area to progress, or if someone dies in that party, you will fail. Now, Triangle Strategy can also be played using mixed reality, which is obviously cool, but using pass-through does consume more headset power, so I stuck to VR for the majority of my playtime. Thankfully, one of the standout positives is the voice work, and I'm really glad it is actually of a good quality, because the first 2 hours feature more than what I'm used to in terms of dialogue. It was hugely story based with only a couple of battles and a little bit of exploration, and if it would have continued that way throughout the game, I might have gotten a bit bored, but thankfully after those first 2 hours it kind of balances out a bit better. On the world map you can choose whether to focus on the main story, or there is some side events that basically add a bit more depth to the story, which in all honesty I did choose to skip in favour of progression. So all in all, I actually think Triangle Strategy is an excellent game, because the more I played, the more I wanted to play and the more I wanted to know about the story, and that's when you know you have a cool game on your hands. The battles are difficult and evolving, and to summarise, if you're a fan of turn-based RPGs, Triangle Strategy is one of the slowest to get going RPGs I've played in a long time, but if you enjoy the story, then the gameplay mechanics will grip you and you'll find yourself a deep and rewarding RPG VR experience. I don't think I've experienced something like this in VR before, and I really hope Square Enix don't stop with Triangle Strategy and we actually get games like Final Fantasy 7 and 8, which are 2 of the best RPGs of all time for me personally. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.